A freshman Zhou Xiaoan is sleeping in the back seat and his friend Louis Fugui wakes him up. Xiaoan's father is an archaeologist who went to the Wuyi Mountains 5 years ago when Xiaoan had to take care of her sick mother. He has never heard from his father since his departure. Xiaoan doesn't have enough money to treat her mother, so he agrees to absurd tasks given by Fugui, who is a rich gangster. This time, Fugui asks Xiaoan to wear a ring that dates to the Shang dynasty, and his other men and a girl were also there to witness. Just a few moments after Xiaoan wears the ring, he vomits out a piece of flesh that cuts off Fugui's arm and then transforms into a complete red-colored monster. Xiaoan can't take off the ring. The monster kills everyone around him and moves towards Xiaoan and the girl. Xiaoan kisses the girl as he doesn't want to die single. Fortunately, a man blocks the monster and Xiaoan gets a chance to escape. Xiaoan is now worried about how he will pay for his mother's treatment. The girl takes Xiaoan to a hotel room and tells him that she's Zhou Xiaoan, a reporter from Chengnan Daily Paper. Zhang examines the ring and reveals that the ring is ingrained into Xiaoan's finger. Zhang wants to examine Xiaoan's body and knock him down. When Zhang realizes she's missing her phone, she goes back to the incident's location. Xiaoan dreams about the monster and wakes up. In the morning, the police break into his room. Inspector Yangshen and Mei Xiaoqian suspect Xiaoan in the murder case. Xiaoan tells the police that a monster was responsible for the killing and he escaped with Zhang. When Xiaoan goes with the police, he comes to know that Zhang is also dead. Mei accuses Xiaoan of lying because the police found Zhang's body at the crime location. The monster appears again to Xiaoan and presents a deal. The monster will help him escape if Xiaoan gives the monster his body. Xiaoan refuses, but the monster tells him that he will wait for Xiaoan to change his mind. The police van is attacked and Xiaoan opens his eyes to a group of masked men sent by Fugui to get him. Fugui tells Xiaoan that they can prove his innocence as he has sent someone to get Zhang's phone. However, they don't know Zhang is not a normal human being. Zhang's wounds heal magically. She kills Fugui's man and runs away with her phone. Fugui tells Xiaoan that he will pay for his mother's treatment if he gets the ring and Zhang's phone. A squad that follows Zhang into a mysterious house finds only a bunch of zombies there who kill them in seconds. Xiaoan and others also reach the house, but Shen warns them that whoever went into this house never returned. The squad goes inside and finds a secret passage where they come across the previous squad's dead bodies. When they keep moving forward, they find a room filled with strange specimens. The house is full of mysteries that trigger them to keep moving forward. However, they are unaware that someone is controlling the house with a computer system. Xiaoan and others fall into an even deeper stage where they get attacked by arrows. Xiaoan realizes it's a light-sensitive system, so they turn off their torches and throw a bomb which destroys the system. The mastermind behind this house is a scientist, Old Wang, and Zhang is along with him too. Xiaoan and others end up in another strange room, again with two half-human creatures on display. Suddenly those creatures come to life and start attacking everyone. A few of the squad members get killed while others try to use guns, but they are ineffective. Xiaoan finds Zhang's lipstick mark on a nearby wall, which turns out to be a secret elevator that helps them escape. The elevator stops at an operating room with a beautiful girl. At first, they mistake her for the celebrity Liu Yanyuan and think she's in danger, but Xiaoan sees the stitches on her neck and tells others to move. She is a monster as well. When she proceeds to attack Xiaoqian, Aoyang sacrifices himself to save her. He wasn't lying when he said he loved Xiaoqian. The monster girl tells others that she is, indeed, Liu Yanyuan, but she has gone through surgery to preserve her beauty. This surgery has been going on in the country for a while, but very few people know about it. It gives an individual immortal life and beauty. The squad shoots blindly at her but all in vain at Liu's immortal body. The boss of the squad throws a bomb at Liu, which gives others a chance to escape. The remaining two squad members shoot at Xiaoqian's leg to make a feast for the monster and get more time to escape. Xiaoan refuses to accept this inhumanity, so they leave him behind with a claymore mine. Wang blames Zhang for inviting people inside the house. He's afraid that if their secret is revealed to the world, his boss, Corpse Chief, will not show any pity. Zhang doesn't take him seriously, which makes the man lose his temper and he puts an electric cage around Zhang. Xiaoan and Xiaoqian hear a sudden sound. Xiaoqian tells Xiaoan that it must be Liu, so he should run away while she lures Liu towards the mine. Xiaoan refuses and walks towards the sound himself. Xiaoan asks the red monster for his help in exchange for his body. The monster kills Liu easily, and her last words are that in her next life, she will not get into the entertainment industry. On the other side, the two squad members who left Xiaoan get attacked by zombie mosquitoes who suck their blood. causing their death. Meanwhile, Xiaoqian crawls to where Xiaon is and faints. Xiaon is worried for her life and invites the monster to take over his body and carry Xiaoqian out of this place. As soon as the monster starts the process, he breaks his promise already and tells Xiaon he will kill Xiaoqian too. Fortunately, he gets interrupted by the squad's boss, Wen Dao, who saved Xiaon from that red devil last time. While fighting, the monster starts taking the names of people he has killed. Those names belong to the Shang dynasty. This makes Xiaon realize that this monster is no other than the rebirth of King Zhou Dixon. The monster confirms that he is Dixon, the king of the Shang dynasty. However, Dao calls him a part of the zombie nation who are nothing more than heart-eating monsters. Dixon eats human hearts to make himself immortal. Xiaon is shocked to see Dao having the guts to stand against Dixon. Jiang is tied up by Wen, who wants to change his face so the corpse chief doesn't get attracted by her beauty anymore and he can get the position he deserves. However, Jiang frees her one leg and hits Wang, who in turn hits the cupboard behind him. A monster hand gets out of its container and starts playing with the computer system, which activates the house's self-destruction mode. The house is about to explode in 30 minutes. Wang makes his way out and takes unconscious Xiaoqian along with him as a gift to the corpse chief. Meanwhile, the Dixon's ring gives strange powers to Xiaon and he destroys the King Zhou monster. Dao tells Xiaon he knows who can give them more information about the ring, but they need to get out of this place first. Surprisingly, Jiang joins them too, though she's also from the zombie nation. She offers Xiaon help to get out of this place, but there's still one hurdle left, the Claymore mine. Jiang says she will take care of the mine and tells Xiaon to look away while Dao goes away to eat. When the mine gets disposed of safely, Xiaon turns back to check on Jiang. Her body was covered in glowing marks. Jiang warns Xiaon not to tell anyone what he saw. The water starts to fill up the passage, so they rush on their way out. When they come across the zombie mosquitoes, Dao tells Jiang and Xiaon to run away first and let him deal. After blocking the mosquitoes successfully, he joins the other again. However, they are unaware of another monster present under the water. They finally find a way out, but the underwater monster gets in their way. Jiang uses a fire weapon to save them, but when they are just about to climb out, Xiaon is pulled inside the water. Xiaon opens his eyes in a hotel room. He gets to know from the news that he's wanted by the police, as Xiaoqian was the mayor's daughter. Xiaon also finds a note from Wen Dao inviting him to a place to tell him about the secret of the ring. Xiaon sneaks into the hospital to tell his mother that he isn't a criminal and that he will clear his name soon. Moreover, the corpse chief is no other than Mr. Bai, who seems to be a respectable member of society, but he's part of the zombie nation. Wang presents Xiaoqian to Bai and tells him that he can't leave her, as she has seen their research center. Wang also calls Jiang a rebel and hands over his phone to Bai to get a zombie pill. However, he didn't know that Bai was the one who sent Jiang to find divinity. Wang transforms into a monster to fight them, but Bai kills him in just a minute. Though it's against the zombie nation's laws, Bai wants to achieve divinity to become the eternal zombie king. Meanwhile, Xiaon is running from the police when Fugui pulls him inside his van. Fugui is angry after knowing that Xiaon didn't bring the phone and can't remove the ring either. He wants to cut off the finger, but Xiaon tells him that there's a way to remove it if he lets him go and meet Dao at the Changsu temple. Xiaon joins an elderly discount trip to Mui Mountains, but gets lost on the way to the temple. Suddenly, he hears a girl crying for help. When he turns to look, it was the foreign girl Tart. He saw her at Bai's history lecture. She is being chased by villagers who want the pendant she's wearing. Xiaon saves her and jumps the mountain after her. Fortunately, the ring power awakens again and saves them from falling. Xiaon doesn't tell Tart about the ring. Instead, he lies and says he saved her with magical powers. They are now stuck on a mountain of hanging coffins. People used to believe that hanging coffins could help them become deities. Tart is researching deities, especially the legendary deity Pengzu. That's why she came here. When Tart falls asleep, Xiaon begins to think about his father, who abandoned them. This made him angry, and he peed on a nearby coffin. Suddenly, the coffin opens and a strange little creature comes out, making Xiaon scream. Tart wakes up in terror. The creature introduces himself as the lesser deity Mu Zuxi, the master of Dao who has been sent from Changsu Temple to bring Xiaon. Tart is delighted to finally meet a deity, and requests to come too. The deity instructs them to close their eyes and they jump together into a transporting hole. After closing his eyes, Xiaon dreams about an old man being eaten by the people around him. Xiaon wakes up in terror and finds himself in a cave with Mu Zuxi and Tart. Mu Zuxi tells him that the old man ghost you may see around here is Pengzu. This makes Xiaon assume that maybe Pengzu was eaten by his grandchildren who gave rise to the zombie nation. Dao comes over and agrees with Xiaon's hypothesis. Dao takes Xiaon to a hot spring. as the temple is a place for a prestigious group to cultivate to become deities. Therefore, outsiders have to take a bath and change clothes before entering there. Dao gets drunk, so Mu Zuxi takes him and Xiaoan to a place to sleep. Xiaoan can't believe that the deities and Dao are a bunch of weirdos. He can't trust them, so he goes to search for reality himself. He finds Zuxi and another deity training outside the Tiangsu temple. They talk about how their skills are useless because they can't show up in front of others because of their weird appearance. They also mention that 5 years ago, an excavation group entered the temple mistakenly, and after that 5 deities got back their human appearance. Xiaoan is trying to listen closely but gets caught by a senior deity, Pure Yang. Zuxi tells Yang that Xiaoan is a guest invited by the true lord and takes him inside the temple. Xiaoan can't resist the food in front of him and starts eating. Yang considers it disrespectful and attacks Xiaoan. The ring powers awake again and a fight begins. The true lord stops them and instructs them to sit down. He tells Xiaoan that everyone who has ever tried to wear this ring has died. Xiaoan should consider it a miracle that he can handle this power. Xiaoan feels disappointed that the ring can't be removed, but accepts the true lord's request to stay till the next day for a big announcement. The deities predict that the true lord may choose Xiaoan as his successor, so they plan to kill the true lord to take his place. Meanwhile, Bai and Zhang have found their way to Tiangsu temple and are heading towards it. However, Xiaoan believes things are not that simple. He thinks there's a possibility that the King Zhou monster hasn't died and is still in his body waiting for the right moment to take over. Bai and Zhang make it to the temple and start searching for divinity. Suddenly, there's the sound of a gunshot and deities shouting that the true lord has been shot by Tart. When Xiaoan and Dao enter the temple, they see Tart holding the gun. She tells everyone that she has taken revenge for his father, who was killed by deities 5 years ago. He witnessed the killing of an excavation group by the deities, so the true lord killed him to keep the secret. After hearing this, Xiaoan realized that it was his father's excavation group. Tart tells that the deities rescued the excavation group from the zombies and brought them to the temple where her father Xiaoazi met them. The group researched divinity and found that there were huge amounts of radiation coming from the ground that had turned deities into such absurd forms. However, the deities didn't listen to them and used them to make a pill that turned the true lord and a few deities back to human form. Xiaoazi witnessed this all. Therefore, he was killed by the deities and they closed the temple for outsiders. Zuxi was also a witness to that incident. He comes forward and confirms it was all true. Xiaoan can't control himself after hearing that the deities killed his father to make a pill for themselves. His ring powers maximize, turning him into a dangerous being. Dao escapes with Zuxi and Tart while the other deities try to defeat Xiaoan by combining their powers. The deities cause a huge blast over Xiaoan. He is still alive but falls unconscious. Yang tries to kill him, but Dao and Zuxi come over to save Xiaoan. Dao says to the deities that they are even worse than the zombies. This makes Yang angry and he attacks Dao, but Zuxi takes the attack over himself and sacrifices his life to save Dao. Meanwhile, Bai sends his league to destroy the Tiangsu temple. Dao and Tart are tied up while Xiaoan is still unconscious. When the deities can't take off the ring, they decide to cast Xiaoan into the divinity hole. Yang takes over the place of the true lord and announces that it's alright to sacrifice a few humans to cultivate divinity. He convinces all deities to follow his evil plans. Bai and Zhang also reach the divinity hole and jump in. Xiaoan wakes up and accepts that he's going to die soon. He apologizes to his parents and wishes for the happiness of all the people he once met. Suddenly, he hears King Zhou's voice again. He again provokes Xiaoan to